Hey everyone, Patrick Delahanty here, the creator of AnimeCons.com and FanCons.com. A few months back we launched a new version of our website, and I thought I'd run through it quickly and give you an overview of some of the features we've added and some of the cool stuff you can find in there. Alright, here's the home page of FanCons.com, and this is now a mobile responsive design. So if I grab the corner, well, I can't do it when it's full screen, but if I shrink the page a little, you can see it gets responsive. Like this is what you might see on your mobile phone. You can get to the menu by hitting this button, and if it gets larger, if I go full screen again, then it takes up the whole screen. So that's a new mobile responsive feature. Up here we've got the new era episodes of AnimeCons TV, and then we've got conventions taking place in the next week. We've got our interactive map, and so you can zoom in and find conventions really close to where you are. So if we look down here, there's one in Modesto. Down here we've got new forum topics, things people are discussing. We've got recent blog posts, recent news articles, and links to download our app. If you go in there, you can find our iTunes or iMessage app. You can find our Apple TV app and our Alexa flash briefings. Now, what most people use AnimeCons.com and FanCons.com for is the schedule. And so here at the convention schedule, and you can narrow it down by a year. So we want to look back in 2013 and see what conventions were there. And we want to see, let's see, sci-fi conventions, and we want ones in Oceania. So that's like Australia, New Zealand, and Pacific Ocean. And so we get that list, or we can go and look at USA, and we'll narrow that down to Florida, which is still a lot of cons. And so US and Florida you can narrow down by state and province. So if you want to look at Ontario, so list of 2013 Ontario sci-fi conventions. You can see we've got all these. We also, in this new site, we added a calendar view. So you can actually view in a calendar format. Now there's a lot of conventions each week, so these dates are rather tall, but here's starting November 8th, November 15th, 22nd. So yeah, what's on Thanksgiving weekend? Oh, GobbleCon, of course. And Chicago TARDIS, Northeast Comic-Con, Dutch. Then we've got Tokyo Comic-Con down here. And you can change the month just by hitting next month. See if you want to see December. Look, there's nothing. Weekend before Christmas. Imagine that. And you can also narrow it down again by country up here. We don't narrow it down by state because at this point there's so few that most of these calendars would be empty. You'd end up having one thing in the month. So it's just by country here. We've also got a worldwide map, and this is my wife's favorite feature because you can view based on where you are and see what's in your immediate area. Like if you live on a state line, you may be looking for conventions in your state and not even think to look what's just over the state line and see what else you can get to. And so this puts it all in perspective, and you can get a good look for what's around you and how densely populated different areas are. You can zoom in or out, so you can see, like you have Puerto Rico, Mexico, Hawaii, and you can also narrow this down by the year. You can't narrow it down by state because it's already a map. So there you have it. We have also got our recent additions and updates, so you can see conventions we've recently added or updated, like these canceled ones. And then if you want to submit a new convention, you can use this form, and please don't email us directly asking us to add a con. Use this form. It's always, without any exception, the fastest way to get a convention listed, because all we have to do is approve it. If you email us, then we've got to enter this all ourselves, and yeah, so this is always the fastest way. This submit a new convention link, use it. If there's a convention that's already listed, So let's go into the list. Let's say we want to submit an update on Con on the Cob. Sounds great. There's a link here, add or update information for Con on the Cob. So any convention has this link here. You can use that to update the information on the convention. While we're on a convention page, we've got the convention information, we've got the dates, the location. If you click on this venue or the view on map, you'll go to Google Maps and can see exactly where it's located. You can click on visit convention site or the logo and go right to the convention site. Down here we've got registration information. It's crossed out because these deadlines have passed. There's a link to register now, where if you want to register you can get more information. We've got guests listed down here, Twitter feed over here, and their past and future events down here. The add or update information, you can submit updates to this, so if there's information that's not correct, just use this link and we'll get right to that and fix it. But over here, attendance information. So if I hit add this convention to my list, I'll be listed as a fancons.com user that is planning to attend. Right now it says there's none, but if we look at some other events, we can actually see there's people that plan to attend. So let's go to the members section. You can create an account by going to the members section, and there'll be a link to create an account. But I'm already logged in because I've already got an account. I've had this account since 2014. This is a sample. It's not my personal account. And then you can see conventions we're planning to go to, conventions we've been to, any forum posts. We don't use this account to post to the forums. Convention pins, so you can unlock these by doing different convention related things like attending a certain number of conventions or conventions in certain locations or having different types of badges. If we look at the personal convention history, you can actually go in and say which conventions you've attended and what type of badge you had. And if you've been to any of these conventions, once you said you attended, you can actually go to the information page and leave a rating. So in this case, we rated Providence 5 stars because it was awesome. And once it has at least 5 ratings, it's currently set to 5, but once it has at least 5 ratings, it will show the average. We wait until people get, or a convention gets 5 ratings, just so we're not revealing like, oh, one person rated it and they said it was 1 star. We don't want to reveal that. So we let there be an average. Now, obviously, if 5 people say there's 1 star, then 5 people, it's going to be pretty obvious. But anyway, here you can see 18 fancons.com members have attended this convention. So if we click on that, it'll actually show us what 18. And you can see that, like, for example, Shiva was there. And if I click on her, I can see, oh, here's her dashboard. Here's the convention she's attended recently. Here's where she plans to be. Her recent forum posts. I can view her complete convention history and see where she's been. And I can see what achievement pins she's unlocked. And so that's a pretty fun feature. And all this is under the members section. We've also got the AnimeCons TV, which has our episode guide and other information about the podcast you're watching right now. And the news section has news and press releases from various conventions. We don't reprint press releases that often anymore, so that's not as popular. And then the articles we've written, you can sort by different types. So cosplay articles, here they are. Blog posts, this is just blogs about various topics. And then we've got some convention reports back from the old days. This section hasn't been redesigned yet, so it looks kind of ugly, but that's old convention reports before the podcast. User submitted reports. This section of the site is not visited nearly enough. We've got reports on other conventions by third-party sites, so not just us. We show what other people have said about conventions. And so if you want to see what people said about Alamo City Comic Con, there's a few articles here. You can also find these on the convention's page itself. If you go to that convention's page, down here at the bottom, you can see these articles linked. So if you go back, if you've written reports on conventions, or if you've got photo galleries posted that aren't on a private Facebook page, you can let us know and submit them. And there's a link there, and just give us the link, the name of the site, and what kind of report, whether it's text, photos, audio or video podcast, and then link the various convention, pick the proper year and everything, and submit that, and we'll get that listed. And so if you have questions about our new site, anything related to that, let us know. You can email us at podcast@animecons.tv, or you can go to the homepage of our site, go to the bottom, and there's a link for site suggestions and feedback. And so hit that link, and you can vote up other people's suggestions. You can insert your own suggestions, and if they get a lot of votes, then that'll reprioritize things for us. And so let us know your thoughts on this. And we'll see you next week. I believe Elizabeth has a cosplay episode. So hope you enjoy. See you then. Bye.